Hello and welcome. My name is JesseMcDesign, and today we're going to be making these dragon tail boxes from scratch. Let's get started. Alright, so we're back on to the dragon tails boxes. I sold out quite a while ago, and I've had a number of people hit me up trying to get them, and now's the time that we're gonna fill those orders and make a few extra. I've been backed up on commissions for quite a while, which is good, but also bad because I can't do everything I need to at once. I usually make about, I've been making about 10 of these at a time, and there's quite a few steps to do in each of the boxes, so it takes a while to just run through everything. But since I've been doing them in batch works, I'll do some things a lot more than others. So we have a baggie full of some gems. I'll definitely have to make a little bit more, which is no big deal. I have enough hinges to make at least this batch. I ordered more to make more at a previous time. I'll have to make some more of the little papers with the quote on the inside. I only have a couple of those left as well. I also went this morning and picked up quite a few more of these felt pieces so I can cut out more squares for the inside, and I had 4 of these already left over, so that's 4 of those already made. And like I said, it's a lot of steps. We're using all of this material here to make 10 of them. It's quite a bit. We got our huge stack of foam core, our huge stack of whatever kind of foam this is, our huge stack of felt. We won't be using all of this, but, and then a small stack to make the rest of the inserts. So with all that being said, I've documented this a couple times already, so it's going to be mostly time-lapse, so, and then I'll just pop in here and there. So let's just get straight to it. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of progress going on here. We got all our little inserts cut. we cut and glued in the little slotted piece. So all those are pretty much ready to go. All our gems, I still need to do a little bit of sanding on the back side just to flatten them out, just to get the little edge knocked off, and so the glue has something to adhere to as well, but that'll take not too long. And then we also got our scales poured into the little, these are little egg molds, and then I'll pop them out maybe later today and get my little design traced onto them so we can do our quick cutout, and then those will need a little bit of sanding and buffing around the edges to clean all that shaping up. And then what we're gonna do now is we got all of the main top and bottom faces glued on. This is the bottom and that is the top, obviously, and I like to get those on and completely cured overnight, just because that first fold here is where the most stress is at, because there isn't like a relief cut or anything to make that fold happen easily. So what I'll normally do, instead of using the normal foam glue that I use for pretty much everything, I dab that edge with super glue, as well as doing the rest of this outer edge in just the felt glue at the same time. And then I'll just kind of hold that edge in place, and since super glue cures in, like, you know, a matter of a few seconds, that can kind of hold itself in place, and then that'll cure in place and hold a lot more secure than trying to like use the felt glue, put this in place and like tape it like I will do the rest. I will tape the rest to kind of hold it in place to make sure it doesn't move or anything. Just helps keep things aligned, while the felt glue does give you a little bit of work time. So we're gonna be doing that, basically the same thing to the tops as well. They're just a little more intricate because they have all the designs on them. So we're gonna start with the bases because they're easier, and just work our way through the pile. Okay, so I just got the tops final little bit of edge gluing, and I like to run a little bit down the seams just to give that extra little bit of secureness, and then on the edges and everything just to make sure it's as secure as possible. And I try to check and make sure it's on there. But what we're gonna do now is take bottoms and tops and just kind of match them to themselves, and just kind of, you know, I'm not perfect here, you know, these are all made by hand, they're not super accurate, so I do my best, and I'm gonna go and just kind of match tops to the bottoms so that they fit as best as they can. This one here is actually pretty nice, so I'll keep them together, and then that'll also help me when we go to put our little gems on, that we only do it on the front and the back on the specific edges. And since the bases are exactly the same all the way around. That's why I check them first. I might want to, you know, just slightly give it a little twist is all it will need to match up a little bit nicer. So before I do that, I want to make sure that they're all exactly lined up how I want them to be. And then we'll actually just lightly secure them in place with a little strip of tape on each side, and that'll help us when we do on the back side. We add our little hinges, just keeping it all nice and together while we get the hinges in place, so everything lines up really nice. We don't have to worry about anything too crazy. And then again, making sure the bases are the right direction, we'll go in and do our final glue up of our little inserts that hold the scale itself, and just making sure everything's lined up. We're not going to put this in sideways or anything crazy. So let's get one more final time lapse of this final assembly, and then we'll get some final shots. Alright, so there you have it. I've made my fair share of these now, so you know, it's what I expect. These will be up on my website and Etsy for sale. Just keep in mind they are completely handmade. Have the foam core and whatever this foam, the softer foam is called, and you know, hand painted and put together by myself. So they're not quite perfect, but they are what they are. They're pretty fun, they're nice. With all that being said, I'm super happy. You know, these keep just on selling. You know, as many as I can make, they sell. I might dabble in 3D printing. I've been thinking about getting a printer. You can get them fairly cheap these days, and you know, if I do that, after I get used to it, this might be one of the first things I try to create on my own, is modeling something like this. It's fairly simple, you know, angled box with some hinges on the back, you know, this extra little panel in here, and then I could go through and just hand paint them, add the felt, and then all I'd have to really do is maybe I can even 3D print some resin scales. But again, I don't really know how any of that works. I don't have a 3D printer, it's just a thought I've had. But that's pretty much it. If you want one of these of your own, you can go check out my website or Etsy page. I'll end up splitting these in half and putting half on each, just to keep it easier for myself to keep track. I don't have them linked or anything, so keep in mind that most of them are gonna be gone pretty quick. I have a list of a few people that have been waiting for me to make more. Like I said, they just kind of, as much as I can make, they sell. So it's a good thing, but also kind of stressful because I have to keep them stocked. But with all that being said, if you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. It really helps. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. I'm always over here doing some sort of creative project. I'm about to start some more pet portraits, just traditional painting. Might do furniture, home decor, who knows? Leave in the comments below what I should do next. See you on the next one.